Okay. Let's lie down on the back with the knees bent. That's how we're starting today. Lie down on your mat with the knees bent. You can place your hands on your lower belly, or you can relax your arms next to your sides. You can close your eyes or not. And just relax. Don't change anything. Make yourself comfortable like this. And then once you've situated yourself, notice your breath, but don't change it. Just allow yourself to breathe naturally. Your spontaneous natural breath. Relax. So this practice, a lot of this practice is going to be devoted to working on the hips and pelvis, unlocking the energy stored there and distributing it throughout the body, sending it to the heart and the throat and the head. So we'll work on releasing resistance in the lower back. Okay, start deepening your breath here. Feel yourself grounded through your back, through your feet, the backs of the shoulders, the back of the head. Deepen the breath. Let your belly move in and out with the breath and take about 4 or 5 slow, deep breaths here. All right. Now let go of the deep breathing. I mean, if it happens naturally, of course, continue, but release the effort. Bring your heels a little bit closer to the buttocks. Feet and knees hip distance apart for a dynamic bridge. So on the inhalation, lift the pelvis and roll the arms over the head. On the exhalation, bring everything down. Continue. And every time you come up on the inhale, come up a little bit higher. Inhaling, lifting the pelvis off the floor, rolling the arms over the head. And coming up a little bit higher every time on the inhalation. So repeat this about 4 or 5 times. And then come up to bridge and stay there. Feel free to bring your arms over the head or maybe rolling the shoulders and clasping the hands underneath your back. Keep your eyes open and let your chest rise towards the chin with every inhalation. Chest toward the chin. Chin is neutral. Breathe here. Let's take another deep breath in your bridge. And then on the next exhalation, slowly lower down. Okay. Bring the knees into the chest, like this. Now notice your lower back in contact with the mat. Okay, now place your hands over the knees, and we're gonna move the knees away with the breath using the hands. Inhale, push the knees away. Exhale, bring them back into the chest. 5 more times like that with the breath. Inhale, exhale. One more time. So this will help us open the lower back. Good. And then when you're finished with about 5-6 repetitions of that, hug your knees into the chest for the wind relieving pose. Close your eyes and focus your awareness on the center pelvis, deep inside your pelvis, and take a few deep breaths. Keep your awareness on the center pelvis. Good, and let go. Okay. Bring your, open your arms out to the sides. I'm gonna turn around like this. Okay, so open your arms out at the shoulder level, like that. Legs in tabletop, so your thighs are vertical and the shins are parallel to the ceiling. Okay. Take an inhalation here, and then on the exhalation, knees together, lower them to one side, almost to the floor. On the inhalation, bring the legs back up. Exhale to the other side. And you can add a little bit here by turning the head in the opposite direction as you twist your spine and move with the breath. Okay, 5 times to each side, please. So here we are trying to break up any resistance or gripping or holding that might be lurking there in the lower back, but also working the obliques, right? So 10 times altogether. With the breath, slowly lowering the knees to one side on the exhalation, and then on the inhalation, bringing the knees back to starting position. Let yourself breathe freely. Okay, and after you finished 10 repetitions, 5 to each side, pull the knees into the chest again, to the wind relieving pose. This. Good. And then make free movement with your legs, like pulsing. Also, all in the effort to break up any stagnation, any gripping or holding in the pelvic area. So just, it's kind of an erratic movement. So don't try not to make it rhythmic. It's arrhythmic, just free movement, anything that feels good here, keeping in mind the goal, breaking up the resistance in the pelvic area, okay? A little bit longer. Very good, yes. Remember, it's kind of like a pulsating movement. just another few seconds here. Okay, good. And now you can release, bring the feet down, knees bent. Pause and notice what's going on in the body and the mind. Notice if maybe you can feel a little bit more freedom around the lower back, lower abdominals. Okay, and now roll over to one side and come to tabletop. Okay. Hands are shoulder distance apart, knees and feet hip distance apart, spine is neutral. Alternatively, if you have any wrist issues, you can come up on the fists. Okay? All right. Whenever you're ready, start your cat-cows. Inhaling, arching the back. Exhaling, rounding the back, pull the abdominals in, and at the same time, bring the buttocks down to the heels, rolling cat-cow. Inhale, come up. Elongate the spine, the front of the spine. Exhale, round the back, push back, engaging the abdominals. 4 more times like that, please. And we're doing this exercise with the notion of releasing the resistance in the lower back as much as possible. Keep that breath flowing freely. Okay, let's take a very short pause in child's pose. Arms extended, buttocks down to the heels as low as you can. Elbows and armpits away from the floor, so lift the armpits away from the floor, but do let your head rest on something. Back of the neck long. Okay. All right, now we're going to continue alternating between tabletop and rolling cat-cow, but we'll also add the kneeling position. So inhale, come to tabletop, arch the back. Exhale, round the back, push back into child's pose. Inhale, come stand on the knees, extend. Exhale, child's. Inhale, tabletop with the arched back. Exhale, push back, squeeze the abdominals. Inhale, come up, stand on the knees, reach up. Exhale, fold. Okay, repeat this, please. So you're alternating between tabletop, child's pose, and kneeling with the breath. Continue with at your own pace. If you miss something or mix the poses up, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving rhythmically with the breath. And don't forget to engage the abs as you're folding on the exhalation. Okay, let's do one more round. And then we will all meet in the child's pose. When you're ready, take your child's pose, knees apart, arms extended. And here you can relax your arms, You can even bring the arms towards the feet, let the shoulders drop down towards the floor, relax the neck, support the head, rest, and observe yourself. Relax. Okay. And now, as you are ready, come up and sit in Sukhasana, the cross-legged position. Feel free to elevate yourself, sit on your blanket or on your cushion. So we're seated cross-legged, okay? All right, we'll do some Nadi Shodhanam, the alternate nostril breathing here. But what's going to be different today, we're only going to be working on the left side, nourishing and sending energy to our left brain, the creative part of the brain, okay? All right, I will talk you through it. Close your eyes. Now take a deep, slow inhalation through the nose. And then slowly exhale through the mouth. Then close your left nostril. Slowly inhale through the right. Let your belly become full with air. And then on the exhalation, slowly exhale through the left nostril. Switch. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Again, inhale slowly through the right. Exhale left. One more time. Inhale right. Exhale left. Good. Release the effort. Eyes closed. Take about 3 deep, slow breaths with both nostrils open and notice and observe. Okay. Open your eyes. And we're coming to standing. Okay, let's find the ground in our mountain pose. So take a comfortable, stable stance. Your legs are strong, abdominals in, shoulders down, good posture. Head is balanced over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Breathe. Okay. All right. So now you're going to need the length of your mat. Let's take the right foot forward, left foot back. Place your feet in the way that allows you to turn your hips to your right foot. So there's a railroad track. You're standing on two parallel lines about hip distance apart. Okay. Okay. Place your right hand on your sacrum. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And then on the exhalation, hinging at the hips, send the hips back. Send the sit bones back. Fall down over the right leg. And then on the inhalation, slowly come up. Okay, again, exhale, fold. Keep that arm next to the ear. Feel free to bend that front knee as needed. Again, with the breath, focus on creating strength and vitality in the lower back as you move like this. And then next time you're folded over the right leg, stay there. Keep your right hand on the sacrum, abdominals in, and then release the upper body over the leg. About 4 breaths. Notice where you feel the most resistance as you're breathing here in this position, and keep your awareness there. Send your breath there. And then to come out of this pose, we're going to step back into downward facing dog. So bring both hands to the mat and step back into downward facing dog. If for whatever reason down dog is not what's on the menu for you this morning, you can bring the knees down, take your tabletop position. Okay. And now wherever you are, we're going to move in the way that stretches the sides. So find a way to move in your down dog or your tabletop. So you feel the stretch in between the side ribs. You can shift the hips side to side. You can also turn your heels side to side. That will really aid in stretching the sides of the torso, the sides of the rib cage. Don't forget to breathe. Good. All right, and then stretch it out symmetrically in your down dog or tabletop. Good. And then bend the knees, lift the head, and walk the feet towards the hands. Exhale, forward fold. And then on the inhalation, come up, stretch it up, and release the arms down. Okay, the other side, left foot forward, right foot back. Same thing, standing on the railroad track. Hips and your left toes are facing the same direction. Then left hand goes on the lower back. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Make your right side long. And then on the exhalation, fold over the left leg to any degree. Inhale, come up. Repeat. And the next time, you're folded over the left leg. You can release your right hand down. If you need to bend your left knee so you don't overstretch the back of the leg, you can. Breathing here. And again, notice where you feel the most resistance and send your breath and awareness there. Good. And now bring both hands to the mat and step back into downward facing dog or tabletop, all fours. And again, stretch your sides. Move in the way that stretches the sides of the rib cage. It's free movement with that in mind. Okay, and let's all meet in downward dog. Okay. All right, now we're gonna do a very simple movement. We're gonna focus on the exhalation. All right, your inhalation can be any length, it's up to you, but your exhalation, bring the 6 count to your exhalation. So, inhale, bring the knees down to tabletop. And then as you're coming back up to downward dog, use the 6 count exhalation. One more time like that. Inhaling, coming to tabletop. And then 6 count exhalation as you're rising up and back into downward facing dog. Okay, then inhale, come back down to tabletop. And then your next exhalation will be 7 count as you're coming back into downward facing dog. 2 times, please. Your exhalation for 7 count, so you're extending your exhalation, and that also means that you're moving slower. 2 times with a 7 count exhalation, and then 2 more times with the 8 count exhalation. Slow it down. And after you've completed, come to downward facing dog, release that effort to breathe, come back to your normal breath, and then bend the knees and walk yourself forward towards the hands, coming into Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. And then on the inhalation, come up, stretch, and exhale, release the arms down. Okay, shake it off. And then take your feet apart, not to your widest distance, somewhere pretty wide, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet apart, something like that. But do keep the feet parallel, please, for this one. Once we start moving and twisting to sides, if you feel like it hurts anywhere along the legs, hips, knees, ankles, you can turn the toes out. But if possible, keep the feet parallel. Okay? Inhale, bring the arms up. And then we're going to bend the left knee, twist to the left, and bring your right hand on the outside of the left foot, fingers pointing back to the back of you. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other side, bending the right knee, left hand on the outside of the right foot, fingers pointing back. And continue moving like that with your own breath. This way, we are trying to create a little bit more mobility and movement in the pelvis. Let's do it one more time to each side. Good, then come to center. Release the arms. And this time, we're gonna twist to the left side in the same manner, but we're gonna stay there and move just the head. So open the arms out to the sides. And then on the exhalation, bend the left knee. Bring the hand on the outside of the foot, left arm up. And now we're gonna move the head with the breath. Exhaling, looking down. Inhaling, looking up at your left hand. 4 times, please. Do what you can here. Be careful with your neck. Do what you can. Slowly, carefully. Good. And on the next inhalation, come back to center. And exhale to the other side. Same thing on this side with the breath. Spread through your collarbones. Good. And on the next inhalation, come up. Reach out. Reach your fingertips out, abdominals in. And then release the arms down. Take your feet together, shake off. Okay, and let's take the feet out wide again, this time pointing the toes out. And you can choose to bring your arms into like a star position to expand, taking up more room. Breathe. Good. And let go. Shake off the legs. Okay, let's come down to tabletop. Okay, this one will be more of a breathing exercise than the movement, although there will be some movement here. Okay. So we're going to be alternating between tabletop and child's pose. And I'm going to ask you to hold the breath here. If you do not want to hold your breath, if it creates, some unpleasantness, please don't do that. Just keep breathing. Okay. So take an inhalation here. Then exhale here, squeeze the belly. And as you're holding the exhalation, push back into child's pose. Hold the breath out. And then on the inhalation, come back to tabletop. Exhale here. And then push back to child's. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squeeze the belly, lift the root lock. Hold the out breath. Roll back. And then inhale, come to tabletop. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze the belly, lift the pelvic floor. Hold, move back. And then inhale, come up. 1 more time. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Push back. And inhale, come back to tabletop. And then take any variation of child's pose. Relax. Breathe. Notice what's going on, how it feels. See if you can feel any stirred up creative energy. Just remember, whatever it is fine. Okay. Come sit with your legs in the front. Okay. Let's bend the right knee. Sit upright. Do not collapse in the back. Reach the crown of the head up. Now, if you can, hold on to your right foot and extend the leg like this. If possible, you can also hold the thigh. If you find it hard to reach your foot, you can use the strap or you can hold the thigh. Just try to sit up vertical. Okay, and now let's bend and straighten the knee a few times. Slowly. Okay. And then release that right leg down. Sit in Dandasana, the staff position. Hands next to the hips, abdominals in, toes pointing up, upper body vertical. Okay. Now place your hands on the top of the thighs and firmly press the tops of the thighs down. Shoulders down. Breathe. Okay. Release. Now bend the left knee. If you can, hold on to your foot or hold the back of the thigh and extend the leg. Or you can use the strap. Have your upper body as vertical as possible. And now bend and straighten the knee a few times, slowly. Okay, good. And release. Okay, Dandasana. Pressing the hands into the tops of the thighs, elongating the front of the spine. Okay, and relax. Come lie down on your back. Okay, I'm gonna turn here a little bit so you can see better. Okay, bring the knees into the chest. Once you're on your back, bring the knees into the chest. Now straighten the legs. Feel free if your hamstrings are tight. There's no shame in bending the knees here. Okay, lower back on the ground. And now open the legs, flex the feet, and bring them back together slowly. A few more times. Okay, now open the legs out wide and bend the knees. So kind of like a froggy legs. And you can hold on to your thighs to stabilize the pelvis, the upper legs, and then straighten the knees and bend them a few times like that. Okay, and now finish the movement and bring your feet together. Hold on to your ankles, your feet if possible, or you can hold the backs of your thighs, but do open the knees out to the sides and the feet as close together as possible. Lower back stays on the ground. You can, if needed, you can stick something under your head, lift up. If you find it hard to reach your feet or ankles, you can elevate your head and shoulders. So stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for a couple more breaths. Okay. All right. Now bring the knees into the chest and extend the legs up. Again, feel free to have a bend in the knees as needed. All right. And now we're gonna do that free movement again, but with legs straight. So we did one before with knees bent, right? And now we're gonna just wiggle around this erratic, asymmetrical movement, just pulsing the legs. You know, you can do both together, one at a time. Just don't think about it. Just do it. Again, we're looking for non-rhythmical movement. Loosening and stirring up whatever might be. There was stagnation or gripping, holding, might still be there in the pelvic area. Okay. Good. All right, bring the feet down, knees bent, roll over to one side, and come up to seated. Let's do a little bit more stretching here before we go into the relaxation, and then we will there's a couple more things that we need to do. Okay. So bend your knees, bring your feet to the right and knees to the left. So your left shin is more or less parallel to the side of the mat and in front of you. And then pivot lightly. You're probably already there. So chest facing that left shin, and then fold over that left leg. You can bring your arms forward. Your right hip will be off the ground, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That's fine. Breathe. Good. Now lift the head, walk the hands towards the body, come up, and switch legs. Let's take a moment before we go to the other side. Take your feet apart, support yourself in the back with your hands, and reach the chest up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe. Okay, and then the other side. So knees to the right, feet to the left, and then fold over that right shin. It's probably gonna feel different on this side. Good. And slowly come out of it. Use your hands to push yourself upright. And bring the legs in front of you, shake them off. Roll the feet a little bit. Okay. And now take a couple of resting breaths in any comfortable position. But then I will ask you to come to Sukhasana, the easy cross-legged pose. For our pranayama, the Kapalabhati breathing. Okay. All right, Kapalabhati breathing, the skull shining breath. We also know it as the breath of fire. So it's a sharp, strong exhalation and a relaxed inhalation through the nose. We're gonna do 2 rounds of 11 or something like that, okay? All right. So let's do, here, I will demonstrate it just quickly, just to remind you. Oh, it's, I don't know if you can hear me. And you will be pumping your belly. So on the exhalation, bring the belly in. On the inhalation, release. And you're going to be doing it at your own pace. My pace is my pace, your pace is your pace. So do it at your own pace. It's like this. Okay? All right. Ready? 11 rounds, please. And now take a breath in. I'm going to ask you to hold the breath. Find your big toes. Breath in, hold, fold. Hold it in as long as you can. And then on the inhalation, come up. Again, it's absolutely, totally up to you. First of all, if you don't want to hold your breath, you don't hold your breath. And you only hold it as long as feels good. All right? Don't go over the board. Okay, let's do it once again, same way. 11 rounds of Kapalabhati breathing, pumping the belly. And then take an inhalation. Find your big toes, hold on to your big toes, fold forward, hold as long as you can. And then inhale, come up. Okay, allow yourself. If whenever you need to take a breath or two in between, whatever, absolutely. Just breathe the way you need to, okay? All right. Let's do it once again. 11. The round of 11 Kapalabhati breaths. Now exhale all the air out. Fold. Hold it out. And then whenever you need to, come up. And inhale. Good. One more time. 11 Kapalabhati breaths, and then folding, holding on to your toes, big toes, and holding the out breath for as long as you can. Exhale. Find your toes, fold and hold. And inhale, come up. Okay, let's just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. Observe the pulsation of the life force in and around you. Breathe freely. Okay. And now come lie down for the relaxation part, please. Feel free to have a support under your head and neck and under your knees. Take your time to make yourself comfortable and warm. Right. Just rest for a few moments. Notice your body breathing. Breathing in the optimal diaphragmatic way. Relaxing your belly. Relax the abdominals. Notice the slight movement in your belly as you breathe in and out. Relax your forehead. Relax the jaw and the mouth. Relax the tongue. Relax the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. Relax the upper back, the shoulder blades, the lower back and the buttocks. Now relax the chest, the collarbones, relax the solar plexus area, the lower ribs. Relax the navel area around the belly button. Relax the pelvis, the hips, the legs, and the feet. Relax your whole body from the toes and fingers to the crown of the head. And notice your whole body breathing once again. And now bring your full awareness to the center pelvis. Take 3 breaths, resting your awareness in the center pelvis. With your next inhalation, move your awareness to the base of the throat first, and then to the center head, right behind the center forehead and deeper into the brain. And then from center, as you exhale, move the awareness from center forehead to the base of the throat and down to center pelvis. So do this about 3-4 times, moving your awareness with the breath between center pelvis, base of the throat, and center head. If you start feeling a lot of tension in the head, relax your effort. And now with your next inhalation, bring your awareness to the base of the throat and center head. And stay there. Let your awareness take seat in those 2 areas as you breathe freely. And now sense the luminous presence of vitality, energy, creativity surrounding your head like a moonlight, that blue-white light. And now let go of any effort and just rest and breathe, just for a few moments longer. Feel free to stay as long as you wish. If you are ready to come back to life, take a deeper breath. And then do whatever you like to do to bring yourself out of the relaxation and back to your day, taking your time. And let's meet in a comfortable seated position when you're ready. And once you are seated, please try to refrain from, moving around, playing with your equipment. Just try to maintain that sense that you've created throughout the practice and the period of relaxation. Just letting that whatever you've created to settle in the body, to spread throughout. So just by sitting upright from the lying down position, that's what's happening. Okay. And now, if you're ready, please feel free to keep resting if you need to, if you want to, if you have time for. And if you're ready to finish, please join me in our closing. We will chant one Om and then the peace invocation. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.